Welcome, everyone, to the second edition of California Collegiate League Baseball here for the Orange County Riptide. After beating the SoCal Catch 4-2 last evening, backed by Cameron Jabara's 5 scoreless innings that included 3 strikeouts, today we face the Academy Barons. The Barons come into the ball game at 4-1. They're coached by former Major League Baseball player Kenny Landreau. Their last game was a 7-3 win over the San Luis Obispo Blues. Let me remind you that the CCL is split into 3 divisions. We share the South Division with the Catch, the Legends, and the Barons. So a divisional game today on top of the CCL game. Very important ball game it is, as we're 1-0 in the division. We play the Barons in a home-and-home. Tomorrow night we face them at the Urban Youth Academy in Compton, California. To get you the defense for the Riptide in this ball game, Andrew Carrillo is going to be leading off and playing short. J.J. Carr, his base mate at second, will be batting second. Chris Prescott in center field. Chase Goldwater is going to be at first base. Austin O'Banion in left field. Dylan Kelly is the designated hitter. Jake Portero at third base. And Caleb Denny making his first start in right field. And as usual, Griffin Barnes rounding out the bottom of the lineup and the spot behind the dish. On the mound today for the Riptide is Cassius Ham. Cassius Ham pitched a start earlier this season. He's out of El Camino College. He started the first ball game of the year for the Riptide. And today he's going to be at it once again against the Academy Barons. The lineup for the Barons is Jaime Estrada, James Stea, Ernie De La Trinidad, Martin Teague, Cody Denbesti, Trent Hammond, Jonah Hargroves, Albert Perez, Sam Shaken, and Tyler Tungate is going to be pitching for them. The leadoff man is Jaime Estrada, the second baseman. He shows bunt and takes a ball low for strike number 1. Cassius Ham out there from the windup, delivers pitch number 2. It's a slider on the outer half for strike number 2. Cassius Ham working quickly, gets ahead of the second baseman, Jaime Estrada there. The 0-2 from Cassius Ham hits Jaime Estrada. Looked like a breaking ball in the dirt, so Jaime Estrada is going to take first base there. Cassius Ham, unfortunately, hitting Estrada with would look to be a slider on his front foot. Now James Stea is going to come to the dish. Stea out there with Estrada on first base, the right-handed bat for the center fielder Stea of these Barons. He shows bunt, takes ball high out of the right hand of Cassius Ham. James Stea, 5'10", 175-pound senior at Valparaiso University, a history and kinesiology double major. From the stretch, Cassius Ham delivers low. The ball bounces off the glove of Griffin Barnes, and Estrada is going to take second base safely there with no throws. Barnes had to go retrieve the baseball. The umpire warns the Barons to have one man on deck as they have a couple guys standing outside of their first base dugout. Cassius Ham working from the stretch now, checks the runner Estrada at second base and comes home with a fastball that paints the outer half for strike number 1. 2 balls, 1 strike to the center fielder, James Stea. Jaime Estrada out there after getting hit by a pitch. Stea lines that ball to center field. Chris Prescott is playing shallow, and it goes way over his head as Prescott is on the run to the wall in center field. 1 run's going to score easily. James Stea holds up at second base as the throw comes in with an RBI double. So Chris Prescott there was playing very, very shallow in center field, and James Stea got a fastball that he liked and belted it right over his head. Now we're going to see the number 3 hitter, Ernie De La Trinidad. Trinidad, 5'9", 165-pound redshirt sophomore. Not sure where he's going to play next year. He's from Phoenix. Grounds that one through 3-4 hole at first base. Now we're going to get runners on first and third with nobody out here against number 32 of the Riptide, Cassius Ham. Ham unable to retire a batter yet for the Barons. He's going to face Martin Teague, the first baseman from the academy now. Teague, a big first baseman. Swinging from the right side, takes a fastball low and outside for ball one. Martin Teague, 5'11", 200-pound senior at Hope International University. De La Trinidad leading off of first base. That ball fouled up and straight back for strike number one. The count even at one now with nobody out. 1 run already on the board for the Academy Barons in the first inning of this ball game. Academy Barons, 4-1 record on the season. The Riptide are 4-2. Ham throws a slider in there. The runner, De La Trinidad, goes from first base, and Griffin Barn promptly pegs him at the bag at second with a solid throw to J.J. Carr. Carr applied the tag on the left calf of De La Trinidad, who was caught stealing there for out number one. Now the count is 1-2 to Martin Teague, the first baseman, with Cassius Ham now working from the stretch. The runner, James Stea, still on third base. Ham delivers. It's another slider. Gets a check swing from Martin Teague. They check to first base, and they say that Teague did go around there for the first strikeout of the ball game for Cassius Ham, and out number two. It'll be a strikeout swinging there as the pitch was out of the strike zone and got Teague to chase. Now we're going to get the left fielder, Cody Denbesty. Left-handed hitter, 6 foot, 170-pound senior at Prairie View A&M. Plays there for the Panthers in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Cassius Ham still out of the stretch with 2 outs, delivers the 0-0, and it's a fastball at the knees that's taken for strike number one. The wind in Concordia today is blowing from left to right at the right field foul pole, as it usually does. We see balls carried to right field as Cassius Ham flips in a curveball that's taken outside for ball one. Count even at 1 now with 2 outs in the top of the first inning. The Riptide, blue tops, white bottoms, blue and orange stirrup socks. The Barons, all gray with blue lettering, red helmets. That ball swung on, hit to second baseman J.J. Carr, who backhands the ball, bounces off his glove into center field, so that's going to score a run there. 2-0 lead for the Barons on that error by J.J. Carr. So Denbesty gets an ROE in the scorebook there. No RBI for him. Unearned run. And now Cassius Ham takes a deep breath as he prepares to step back on the rubber to face Trent Hammond, the third baseman for the Barons. Guy that I played high school baseball with before he transferred to Sarah High School. Cassius Ham comes with a fastball at the knees on the black on the outer half for strike number one. Hammond won a CIF title at Sarah High School after transferring, and he beat my school, Maricosta, at Dodger Stadium in that ball game. Took a lot of boos from our home crowd, deservedly so, but he came out victorious in that ball game and had a monster season, winning an all-state selection as well for Sarah in what was his senior year. Then he went to LMU, bounced back, went to Fullerton College with a couple of these players for the Riptide, and now he finds himself playing third base in the Big Ten for Illinois. That ball, by the way, was a slider in the dirt that got away from Griffin Barnes. The runner took second base, and then Ham came back with a fastball that was tipped into the glove by Hammond for a 1-2 count. 2 outs here with the runner on second base. Cassius Ham checks him once, comes home with a slider that's check swung on by Trent Hammond. They look to the first base umpire, who says he did not go. The count now even at 2. 2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-0 lead for the Barons in this first inning. That ball misses there, and the count's going to go full to 3-2. Cassius Ham staring in at Griffin Barnes for the sign. Barnes sets up, and here comes a fastball that's fouled off to the right side by Trent Hammond. Trent Hammond, listed at 6'1", 205 pounds. He'll be a senior in the fall at Illinois. From Manhattan Beach, California. He fouls off another fastball there. The count remains 3-2. Listed as the number 8 third baseman in California by perfect game before he left high school in 2013. Like I mentioned, all-state for both Cal High Sports and Max Preps. Daily Breeze all-area selection in 2013. That went along with a lot of other accolades. In 2013, it was his best season in high school as he promptly grounds to the shortstop, Andrew Carrillo, who throws on to first base for out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the first inning, trailing the Academy Barons 2-0. Welcome back, Concordia University in Irvine. A glorious evening it is here as the sun still high but beginning to set. As it's 4:39 p.m. right now. Not a whole lot of cloud cover, a lot of sunlight down on the field. Tyler Tungate on the mound for the Barons, facing Andrew Carrillo. Comes in there with a fastball low, taken by the shortstop for ball number 1. Remember, it goes Carrillo, Carr, Prescott, Goldwater, and only a second game, O'Banion, Kelly, Portero, Denny, Barnes. As Carrillo fouls that one off to make the count even at 1. Chico State shortstop is Andrew Carrillo. Tungate comes in with another pitch that's fouled off to the screen, this time to the right side by Carrillo. Strike number 2. Carrillo, 5'8", 170 pounds, senior. Plays for Division II Chico State out of West Covina, California, Covina High School. Tungate comes in there with a fastball in the inner half that's taken to make the count even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Andrew Carrillo leading off the bottom of the first inning for the Tide. See if they can't chip into this already 2-run lead for the Barons. Andrew Carrillo disagrees with a strike that's called at the bottom of the zone out at the right hand of Tyler Tungate, and that's going to be the first out of the ball game.
Now batting,
Carrillo didn't like that call.
Number 8, J.J. Carr.
Looks like Carrillo is going to be thrown out of this ball game by the home plate umpire, as he disagreed with the call, said something the home plate umpire did not like, and in the first at-bat of the game, we're going to get a new player in for the Riptide. J.J. Carr is going to be up now for the Tide. Carr yesterday scored a run with an RBI ground ball to second base. That pushed the Riptide lead to 4. They won the ball game 4-2. It was an exciting comeback by the SoCal Catch in the 9th inning. They loaded the bases for a few batters, able to score on a sacrifice fly and a single, but that was all, as Andrew Owen closed out the ball game. Jude Chavez, our head coach, came down from his position at first place to talk things over with the home plate umpire. After Carrillo was tossed, J.J. Carr takes fastball inside for ball number 1. 1-0, 1 out now after the strikeout, controversial strikeout, to say the least there for Andrew Carrillo. Never seen a batter thrown out after the first appearance of the ball game. But now I have something you don't see every day, obviously. Count now 3-0 after 2 fastballs missed there to J.J. Carr. Tyler Tungate, wearing number 13, 6'3", 195 pounds, comes in there with the first strike to move it to 3-1. He's from Downey, California, Downey High School, to Riverside City College. Not sure where he's going to go next year as he walks J.J. Carr there. The story of yesterday's ball game had a whole lot of runners reach base with 1 out. Of the first batter of our inning would seemingly ground out to the shortstop or second baseman or fly out to right field where the majority of our outs were made. And then our second batter would reach on a hit or an error or a walk, and same thing happens here with J.J. Carr on first base now. Chris Prescott in the 3-hole in this ball game. He's playing center field for us. Prescott yesterday came into the ball game and singled. That time he spanks one down the left field line. It's going to get down in front of the left fielder, Cody Denbesti, and now we have runners on first and second after that first pitch single. Chase Goldwater, our first baseman, is going to come to the plate now. Goldwater, 6'4", 220-pound junior, who played last season at Temple College in Texas. He's from Grandview, Texas, and he'll play next season for Mississippi State. Mississippi State this season, of course, a very, very highly ranked Division I team in the top 3 for the majority of the season. He figures to step right into the middle of that lineup when he arrives on campus in the fall. Takes ball number 1 there from Tyler Tungate as Tungate, working from the stretch, delivers another ball on the outer half to move the count to 2-0. Wind has died down a little bit now. Can't feel much of a breeze. The flag's still blowing slightly in left center field as Goldwater adjusts his batting gloves and steps in. Tungate delivers the 2-0 in there for strike number 1 on the outer half. Fastball filling up the strike zone there. Tungate wearing socks high on the mound, the Barons with blue and red stirrup socks that mirror ours. Similar look. They have red where we have orange. Chase Goldwater swings through a pitch there. Count even at 2 now. Goldwater swinging from the right side. Austin O'Banion, our left fielder, is on deck. Another right-handed hitter in this very large middle of the lineup for the Riptide. An ugly swing there from Chase Goldwater as he chases a pitch on the outer half. Swings through that one for strike number 3. Austin O'Banion now for the Tide. O'Banion, 6'2", 210 pounds, from Yorba Linda, California. .335 batting average for the Hornets of Fullerton College this past year. Tyler Tungate comes in. O'Banion fouls it off himself there for strike number 1. He'll take a moment with the umpire going out to toss the ball to Tungate and give O'Banion a little time to gather himself after fouling a ball off the ankle. Albert Perez behind the plate hopped on that one. Now we're ready to play again as the umpire signals out to Tyler Tungate, who comes in with the changeup on the outer half, taken for a ball by O'Banion. Third base coach Bobby Calderon giving the signs today to our runners out there. We have runners on first and second as Austin O'Banion swings through a fastball high and outside for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Austin O'Banion, the Riptide's left fielder. He also had an RBI ground ball yesterday in the ball game as he flares that one out to left field. Denbesti drifting back, left-handed fielder out there, goes to the glove side and catches the pop-up for out number 3. So, the end of the first inning. Academy Barons 2 runs on 2 hits. Riptide no runs on 1 hit. It was Chris Prescott. We head to the top of the second, trailing 2-0.
I can't begin to know him.
Back here, 2-0, Academy Barons lead the Riptide. Jonah Hargroves, the Barons right fielder, is going to come up now. Hargroves also plays catcher, a little bit of outfield where he is today. 5'10", 210-pound junior at Jackson State. He's from Inglewood, another guy that transferred high schools a few times, ended up at Bellflower where he graduated from, was all-league in his senior year. Takes ball number 1 there from Cassius Ham and then grounds the next pitch through the right side for a single. That ball trickled past the outstretched glove of J.J. Carr, who dove to his glove side, the first base side, towards first base. That is, and the ball got into right field there for a leadoff single. So Cassius Ham working quickly, finding the strike zone with his second pitch, but working from the stretch once again. As the leadoff man reached in the first inning as well, he came around to score. Now we have the catcher Albert Perez up. He swings and fouls a fastball out of the right hand of Ham back against the screen for strike number 1. Perez looks out at Ham, who comes in from the stretch. The 0-1, is high as Griffin Barnes fires back to first base, and the runner Hargrove slides back safely ahead of the throw. Count even at 1. Cassius Ham toes the rubber once more after getting the ball back from the first baseman Goldwater. He throws over to Goldwater at first base, who catches but doesn't apply a tag. Ham ready to go once more. Here comes the 1-1. It's low, blocked in the dirt by Griffin Barnes, who fakes like he's going to throw to first base, but does not. Ham now behind 2-1 to Albert Perez. Comes set and delivers. That ball popped up. Andrew Carrillo drifts back, but Chris Prescott's going to come on from center field. High fly ball, finally brought down by Prescott for out number 1. Still runner remains on first base after Jonah Hargrove singled through the right side of the infield. Now we're going to get Sam Shaken, the shortstop, up at the dish for the Barons. 6'2", 185-pound sophomore to be at Valparaiso in Indiana. He's from West Hills, California. Wearing number 36, unorthodox number for a shortstop. Cassius Ham comes in with a fastball in the outer half. Looked pretty good, but Shaken takes it for a ball. Ham looking at the runner Hargroves over there at first base. Checks him twice. Comes set. Hands right at the belt. Slide steps as Jonah Hargroves goes from first base. The throw from Barnes in there. They peg him at second base. The umpire calls him out, but the ball flies out of the glove of new second baseman Johnny Carr. JJ has taken over at shortstop for Carrillo. Johnny Carr applied the tag, but the ball was kicked out of the glove by Hargroves. The umpire calls him safe. The call on the pitch was a strike. We're even at 1 now. Good throw, once again, by Barnes, who threw out a runner in the first inning. But that time, fell out of the glove as Shaken hits what sounded like a broken bat single into left field. Pretty good contact. Line drive landed in front of the left fielder, O'Banion. We're going to have runners on first and third now with one out. The wind is nearly completely died down now. Flag in left center field here at Concordia. Green wall all the way around with Concordia baseball written in left center and right center. 330 down the lines here, no distance in center field, but you got to assume it's around 395 to 400 feet. As Cassius Ham checks the runner, Shaken over at first base, slide steps home, misses in the dirt to Barnes, who picks that one. Ball number 1. One and 0 now to Jaime Estrada, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. Estrada takes in the dirt there for ball 2. Ham kneels down. Griffin Barnes, in case Griffin Barnes wanted to throw to second base, but the runner at first held. Barnes doing a good job once again behind the dish, blocking pitches left and right. 2 good throws down to second base. He's played stellar defense thus far in our young season. Ham slide steps with a fastball that misses high and outside. Ball 3. 3-0. 1 out. Runners on first and third base. Top of the second inning in Irvine. Jaime Estrada, the second baseman, at the dish. Ham comes in there with a fastball that's taken at the knees for strike number 1. Estrada still looking for something to hit. Doesn't have to swing, of course, with a strike to give. Huge hitters count now. Trying to score that run at third base. The Tide trying to do the opposite and keep him from coming home. That ball grounded to Johnny Carr at second. Flips to his brother JJ at short. JJ throws on to first base where the throw is picked by Chase Goldwater. Umpire calls the runner safe. Beat the throw. So the run scores there on the fielder's choice by Estrada. Pretty good toss from Johnny Carr to his brother JJ. Carr simply threw that one in the dirt a little bit late, didn't have the juice on it to get the runner Estrada from the left side, who had to jump out of the batter's box, chugging down that line, trying not to get doubled off to score that run. He does. 3-0 lead now for the Barons.
Number 3,
James Stea, the center fielder, doubled his first time up. Cassius Ham comes set, fires home. That ball fouled off to the left side by the Riptide dugout. Stea, 5'10", 175 pounds, from Los Alamitos, California. Cassius Ham stares in at Barnes for the sign, gets the sign, flips in a slider, grounded to Jake Portero at third, who throws on to Goldwater at first for out number 3, but not before the Barons could tack on one more, push this lead to 3-0. We head to the bottom of the second, behind 3. Back here, Concordia University in Irvine, the home field for the Riptide. The Tide trail the Academy Barons 3-0. Tyler Tungate back out there for the Barons for his second inning of work in the first. Walked one, struck out one, gave up one hit to Chris Prescott. Now the 6-hitter, Dylan Kelly, is going to come up for the Tide. Kelly DHing today, usually plays catcher. Tungate flips in a slider there, strike number one. Kelly gets the pitch from Tungate, grounds a ball up the middle there. It's going to be a leadoff single for the Tide. So we're in business now. Jake Portero, the third baseman from Nevada, goes to University of Utah, coming to the dish. Portero swinging a pretty hot stick. Singled in the ball game yesterday. He's played a good third base so far. Has yet to make an error over there. Saw him at second base this past weekend for a ball game in our doubleheader. Now he's back over at third as he flies that one into right field. Just missed a fastball that was high on the outer half. Jonah Hargroves comes on and catches that one for out number one. A quick first out for Tungate after the leadoff single by Dylan Kelly. He's 3 pitches deep into this bottom of the second inning. Already has one out.
Now batting, number 23, Caleb.
Now we're going to get Caleb Denny. Got an at bat last night and flew out. This his first start of the season. 6'1", 200-pound redshirt sophomore from the University of Texas. He's from Texas, Humble that is. Barbers Hill High School graduate where he played football and baseball, all-state selection academically for both sports, and was an all-district selection for baseball and football athletically. Tyler Tungate comes in there and misses twice to Denny. Denny playing right field today. Tommy Bell usually out there for the Tide, but Denny getting that first start, like I said today, chops a ball to second base. Shortstop gets the ball on one hop, gets the runner at second base. The second baseman throws on to first to double up Denny, so a quick bottom of the second inning there for Tyler Tungate as he gets out of it under 10 pitches with that ground ball to second base off the bat of Denny. We head to the top of the third, trailing 3-0.
My body's telling me yes, baby. I don't wanna hurt nobody, but there is.
Cash's Ham back on the mound for the Tide. Out there for his third inning of the game, touched up for 3 runs thus far. And that's the lead that the Barons have here. 3-run lead over the Tide. We have yet to score a run in this ball game. So we're just about ready to start the third. Ham comes in there from the windup. Ernie De La Trinidad flares a ball into center field on the first pitch. It's going to land in front of Chris Prescott for a leadoff single. De La Trinidad, 2 singles and 2 at-bats from the designated hitter position. Now Martin Teague, the first baseman, is going to come up. He was Cassius Ham's only strikeout of the ball game. Struck out on a check swing in his first at-bat. He comes up now with a runner on first base. Nobody out after that first pitch leadoff single from the small body, De La Trinidad. Ham comes in with a fastball that misses outside for ball number 1. Griffin Barnes threw out De La Trinidad, trying to steal in that first inning. Martin Teague fouls that one off for strike number 1. Teague, 5'11", 200 pounds, from Moreno Valley, California. He went to Canyon Springs High School. Cassius Ham checks the runner at first base. The throw skips away from Chase Goldwater, but there wasn't enough on it to get seriously away and allow De La Trinidad to advance to second base. So now the count remains 1-1 after Ham gets the ball back from Goldwater on the pickoff attempt. Ham comes home with a curveball there that bounces. Griffin Barnes backhands it, picks it successfully. 2-1 is the count. Martin Teague, South Coast Conference Player of the Year. Went to Compton College. Now he's going to be going to Hope International. Ham misses there outside for ball number 3. Hitters count for the cleanup man, Teague. See if he can at least get that runner into scoring position. Looking for something to hit, way ahead, 3-1. Ham comes in there with a fastball low that Teague takes for strike number 2. So now the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out in the top of the 3rd inning. Cassius Ham, working from the stretch, checks the runner at first base, comes set, slide steps home. In there with a fastball for strike number 3. Martin Teague began trotting onto first base thinking it was ball 4, but the ball framed up right at the knees by Griffin Barnes, that is. Not to be confused with his brother Austin, who catches for the Dodgers. Cody Denbesti now going to come up as Martin Teague is strikeout victim number 2 for Cassius Ham. Cody Denbesti reached on an error that scored a run. The ball bounced off of the glove of the second baseman, J.J. Carr, in the first inning. J.J. Carr now shifted over to shortstop after Andrew Carrillo was thrown out to lead off the game for the Tide, arguing balls and strikes. Cassius Ham misses there with the first pitch for ball 1. Comes in there, that ball blasted into deep right field by Denbesti. Caleb Denny camps under that one, though, in front of the warning track for out number 2. Now we're going to get Trent Hammond, the third baseman for the Barons, grounded out to the shortstop in his first time up. Hammond, University of Illinois third baseman. He'll be a senior. Now he steps in against Cassius Ham. Faced Ham in high school. Ham went to Redondo. Trent Hammond first went to Redondo's arch rival Maricosta, and then to Sarah, who played Redondo in the Redondo Union High School tournament in high school. Griffin Barnes checked the runner there at first base, got back safely. Hammond yet to see a pitch. It was Ham, check that, who checked it. That ball skied to the middle of the infield. Barnes coming out. The first baseman, Goldwater, comes on and catches that one to retire the side. So an efficient inning there from Cassius Ham after a leadoff single off the bat of Ernie De La Trinidad. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Riptide trail 3-0.
turn my children.
We're ready to go. Bottom of the third inning. Number 9 hitter Griffin Barnes is going to start things off for the Tide. Riptide 2 hits in the ball game, no runs. On the other hand, the Academy Barons 5 hits, 3 runs. He's ready to go against Tyler Tungate, who's coming out for his third inning of work. Tungate set down the Tide with relative ease so far. Comes in there high with a fastball for ball number 1. Tungate once more fools with the ball in his glove, set to come home. It's a slider that Barnes takes low and inside for ball number 2. Griffin Barnes, 5'10", 185-pound redshirt sophomore at Grand Canyon University. Good fastball there from Tungate, taken on the outer half though for ball 3. Leadoff walks are a killer. Wouldn't mind one here for the Tide. Tungate comes in there, promptly throws a fastball, similar spot right at the knees on the outer half of Barnes for strike 1. Barnes, a business management major, went to Esperanza High School and hails from Anaheim. Slider there at the knees, taken by Griffin Barnes. The Academy Barons wanted the call, but it's going to be ball 4 as Barnes takes first base with a free pass. Barnes yesterday hit a sharp single into right field that plated 2. It was the Tide's first 2 runs of the ball game. Now he's set to start things off as he finds himself on first base. Johnny Carr into the ball game. He's a senior in high school at Santa Margarita. Pops the first pitch up and out. So that one's going to land far out of play behind home. He came into the ball game after Andrew Carrillo was tossed in the bottom of the first inning, arguing balls and strikes leading off the game. He was struck out on a pitch that was low. Tyler Tungate checks the runner at first base, but Barnes dives back safely. So now we have 2 cars at the top of the lineup. Johnny grounds that one to third base. Hammond fields, throws on to second where the runner's pegged. Second baseman throws on to first base. And Johnny Carr is retired to complete the double play. Now JJ, who goes to Colorado Mesa. Johnny's going to join him there in the fall. In his first at bat, JJ walked.
Now batting, number 8, J.J. Carr.
He's now at shortstop after Carrillo was tossed, and Tungate comes in there with a curveball that misses inside for ball 1. J.J. Carr, 5'10", 190-pound junior, sports management major there at Colorado Mesa of the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. Tungate throws another curveball in there that's bounced and picked by the catcher for ball 2. J.J. Carr, Coto de Casa, California, Santa Margarita High School graduate like his brother. Now, Tungate has fallen behind 3-0 to J.J. Carr for the second time. J.J. Carr, this past year, 297 batting average with 18 RBI, and he walks there to start a little 2-out rally for the Tide with the middle of the order coming up. Chris Prescott, the 3-hitter, singled down the left field line, a sharp line drive off of his left-handed
Now
bat.
batting, number 2, Chris Prescott.
So he's going to step in now from the left side against Tyler Tungate, who's moved to the stretch. Tungate looks at the runner Carr at first base once, checks him twice, high leg kick, and delivers home. It's taken for the 5th straight ball there. That one was low and outside. Tungate trying to find that release point, find the strike zone once again. Tungate delivers the 1-0. Prescott begins to swing, takes it for ball 2. So now 6 straight from Tungate. As Chris Prescott is waiting on something to hit. Prescott way ahead. One spot, as coaches will say, looking for that pitch right down the middle to blast. Breaking pitch in there over the middle, across the belt of Chris Prescott for strike 1. 2-1 count now, still a hitter's count for Prescott. He's ready to go, steps in, Tungate, high leg kick, delivers home. That ball spanked into center field, looks like it's going to get down and does. J.J. Carr, rounding second base, is going to head into third ahead of the throw. The throw cut at shortstop. And now Chris Prescott on base with the second single of this ball game. Runners on first and third now with Chase Goldwater coming up. Goldwater struck out swinging on a pitch way outside in his first time up.
Now batting, number 22, Chase Goldwater.
Goldwater, going to be a Mississippi State Bulldog for John Cohen come fall. .355 batting average at Temple College. Now he stares out at Tyler Tungate, who comes in. The breaking pitch taken outside and low for ball one. Tungate struggling to find that strike zone when he does. Ball's being hit out there. Chris Prescott delivered last time on a 2-1 pitch. Now Chase Goldwater awaits pitch number 2. That time fouled off to the right side. Another slider, it looked like, from Tungate. Count even at 1. 1-1. 2 outs. Bottom of the third inning. Academy Barons lead this ball game 3-0. Goldwater steps back in from the right side and is ready to go. Gets a fastball there that hung up. Took a big cut at it, but fouled it straight down. Strike number 2. Goldwater, 42 RBI at Temple College. He has a runner on third base out there now looking to chip into this 3-run Baron lead. The runner is J.J. Carr. Barnes was doubled up on that ground ball after walking. Tyler Tungate freezes Goldwater with a fastball low and inside for strike number 3. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Barons lead 3-0. Wyatt Wood has come in to relieve Cassius Ham. Wood wears number 44 for the Tide. 6'2", 170-pound right-hander. He'll be a senior at Azusa Pacific in the fall. Azusa Pacific plays in the Pac West. Wyatt Wood hails from San Dimas, California. Glendora High School graduate, was a two-sport athlete there, playing 2 seasons of varsity soccer as well as baseball. In 2015, started 12 games, was 4-4 with a 5.40 ERA, 55 strikeouts in 45 innings. Now he is ready to go against Jonah Hargroves and delivers a strike swung on by Hargroves for strike number 1. Wood working from the windup with nobody on base. Hargroves leading off his second inning of the ball game. Lifts that one to shallow right field. The right fielder, Caleb Denny, coming on, camps under it for out number 1. So Wyatt Wood comes in and retires Jonah Hargroves with 2 pitches. And now we're going to get Albert Perez, who flew out to center fielder Chris Prescott in his first time up. Perez, 5'11", 195 pounds, from Hawaiian Gardens, California. Gar High School graduate. Wood comes in there with the first pitch strike to get ahead 0-1. Wyatt Wood, yet to throw a ball, comes in there from the windup and promptly throws his first ball, bounced into the glove of Griffin Barnes. Count even at 1 out. Top Top of the fourth inning here in Irvine, California. Wyatt Wood working on the hill in relief of Cassius Ham. That pitch high gets past Griffin Barnes, who looked at his glove in disbelief after missing that one. It's going to be ball number 2. Not a whole lot of strikeouts in this ball game. Only 2 for the Barons. 3 for the Tide. As Wyatt Wood misses there with ball number 3. Albert Perez looking to reach any way he can, get things started for the Barons. Wyatt Wood comes in there. That ball stroked down the right field line, but out of play. We're going to draw full at 3-2. Wyatt Wood working on the mound for the Riptide. First team All-CIF selection and All-Baseline League player as a senior. Also named to the All-Area team. Misses there inside with ball number 4 to the Barons catcher, Albert Perez. Now we're going to get the shortstop, Sam Shaken, who singled in his first plate appearance. He comes up with the new runner, Perez, on first base and 1 out.
Now batting number 36, Sam Shaken.
The outfielders for the Riptide playing relatively deep in the corner outfield positions. Chris Prescott pretty shallow in center. Wyatt Wood comes in there at the knees on the inner half for strike number 1. Prescott, I'd be careful, got a ball hit over his head. In the first inning, James Stea doubled into center field. Prescott had no chance at the baseball, so it was lined directly over his head. He sprinted right back to the wall. Wyatt Wood checks the runner at first base, but he's safe. Wood, working from the stretch, looks at the runner once, twice, delivers home. That ball grounded to Wyatt Wood, who fields the ball barehanded, throws to second base. The throw goes on to first base. Yeah, the Riptide are confused. It was a double play to end the inning. I was shocked myself looking at what the Tide were doing if I had missed something, but they doubled him off at first base with a throw in time. Wyatt Wood, a play that stunned the entire ballpark here. It was a ground ball, chopping ground ball off of the bat of the batter there, and Wyatt Wood fielded it barehanded, falling off of the mound, wheeled through to second base, and then threw on to first. We head to the bottom of the fourth, trailing the Barons 3-0. We're ready to go. Bottom of the fourth inning here for the Orange County Riptide. They trail the Academy Barons, division rival in the CCL, 3-0. Remember, the Barons are 4-1. Riptide won their first CCL game ever last night. Cameron Jabbar went 5 scoreless, 3 strikeouts. We won that ball game 4-2 over the SoCal Catch at Biola University in La Mirada. Tyler Tungate working from the windup back out there for his fourth inning of work. Misses with a breaking pitch high. He's going to face right-handed hitting left fielder for the Riptide, Austin O'Banion. O'Banion flew out to the left fielder pretty deeply his first time up. Takes a fastball low at the knees on the inner half for strike number 1. We're even at 1. Austin O'Banion, .335 batting average at Fullerton College. 24 walks as well, 57 hits, so he's adept when it comes to getting on base. Now he leads 2-1 against Tyler Tungate. Tungate flips in a sharp curveball that swung right through by O'Banion. Count even at 2. Nobody out here. Bottom of the fourth inning. Tungate gets the sign, comes in high with a fastball taken by O'Banion. Count full, 3-2. Austin O'Banion trying to get this inning started for the Tide any way he can. We had a leadoff runner reach last inning, but was doubled up. Tungate comes in with a fastball, taken at the knees by O'Banion for strike number 3. So now O'Banion is 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. We're going to get Dylan Kelly. Kelly, the designated hitter in this ball game, singled his first time up. It was kind of a sinking line drive right up the middle, skipped into shallow center field. Now he's ready to go against Tyler Tungate, who comes in there high with a fastball taken by Kelly for ball 1. Dylan Kelly will be a senior at Chico State. Big fan of Buster Posey, Kelly is. He's from Northern California, Visalia, Mount Whitney High School graduate. He must be a Giants fan. If he likes Buster Posey, enjoys fishing. Very superstitious player Kelly is as well. Many baseball players are. He gets ahead 2-0 as Tungate misses. Then Tungate comes back with a slider taken by Kelly for strike 1. 2-1 count, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Riptide trail the Academy Barons 3-0. Tungate comes back with another slider that's taken by Kelly, ball number 3. Tungate only given up 3 hits thus far. Gets a big swing there, 3-1 from Dylan Kelly, who fouls that ball into the glove of the catcher. Catcher drops it, but anyway, it's strike 2. So now Dylan Kelly going to shorten up a little bit with 3-2 count, looking to get on base for the Tide. Tungate from the windup comes home, right at the knees, taken by Kelly confidently, trots onto first base with a free pass. Jake Portero, who flew out to right field in his first time up, is going to be the batter now. Wears number 24 for the Tide. Portero, 6'1", 185 pounds. He'll be a sophomore at Utah come next year, a business major. First team All-State at Centennial High School in Nevada. Read you off some pretty big numbers from him. He takes fastball low and outside for strike number 1. Portaro, in his senior year at Centennial, hit .437 with 9 doubles, 6 triples, 10 home runs, and 51 RBI. That ball misses low, skipped into the glove of the catcher Perez. So now the count even at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first base is Dylan Kelly after he just walked. He's 1 for 1 in 2 plate appearances. Tyler Tungate, high leg kick from the stretch. That ball chopped to the left side, fielded by Trent Hammond. Checks the runner at second base, does not throw there. Instead decides to throw to first, where he gets Jake Portaro for out number 2. So 2 outs now. Runner advances to second base safely. Trent Hammond decided not to try and double him up and throw onto first base for 1 out.
Now batting, number 23.
The batter is going to be Caleb Denny. Denny, double play he hit into his first time up. Trying to reach base here, single would likely score a run. Denny throws a curveball that misses outside. Denny now ahead 1-0. Wind is now picked up once more, blowing directly at the right field foul pole. Denny flew out and is only at bat yesterday to right field. If he strikes one here, could get out of the ballpark. Pretty big body for Denny as Tungate misses. He's behind 2-0. Caleb Denny, 6'1", 200 pounds. Tungate comes in with ball number 3 there. Denny way ahead, see if he gets a take. Doesn't look like he's going to. These hitters in the summer season are just trying to get quality at bats and see good pitches, and doesn't see one there as the ball lands in the dirt for ball number 4. Runners on first and second base for the Tide. The catcher, Perez, is going to go out and talk to Tyler Tungate.
Now batting, number 3, Griffin Barnes.
Griffin Barnes, who walked his first time up, going to come to the plate. After a pretty quick first couple innings, Tungate has lost command in this ball game. He's walked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 batters. Check that, 5 batters. Griffin Kelly fouls the first pitch straight back for strike number 1. 5 walks and 4 innings of work for Tungate as he now faces Griffin Barnes. Walked his first time up and was promptly doubled off on a ground ball by Johnny Carr. Takes ball number 1 outside. We're even at 1, 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Concordia University and Irvine. Quiet evening out here at Concordia is a good fastball out of the right hand of Tyler Tungate. Gets Griffin Barnes swinging for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, says the home plate umpire. Tyler Tungate working from the stretch, comes set, checks the runner at second base once, takes a long pause, high leg kick, and delivers home. That ball taken low by Barnes. We're even at 2. Bobby Calderon at third base, clapping his hands as if to conjure some sort of spirit to get the Tide going. That one, it does work as Griffin Barnes swings on that one, lines it into left field. 1 run is going to score. The throw home cut off by Trent Hammond. The runner on second base finds himself in a pickle, but the ball gets away on the throw by Hammond. We're going to get to third base safely. So Caleb Denny got caught in between second and third base, just off of second base by Trent Hammond, who cut off the throw from left field. He threw to second base. The throw was in the dirt, could not be picked. So Denny advances as the throw got into center field to third base. RBI single there by Barnes, and we trail this ball game by 2. Johnny Carr up at the dish trying to get his second hit of the season. He singled in his first at bat through the left side this year, but grounded out into a double play ball his first time up. Takes that one for ball number 1. So some 2-out magic here for the Riptide as Johnny Carr takes a fastball in the outer half for strike 1. We're even at 1. Dylan Kelly walked. Then a second straight walk, then Jake Portaro, excuse me, grounded out to the third baseman. Then Denny, the 7-man, walked. Then Griffin Barnes hit an RBI single. 2-1 count now. As Tungate comes home, that ball fouled off, lifted, out of play to the right side by Johnny Carr, who's even at 2. Upset with himself after that swing. Seems like he missed that pitch. He comes in, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Riptide trail by 2 with the runner on third base. Tyler Tungate from the stretch, runner on first base goes. That ball lifted into shallow center field. It could get down. The center fielder comes on, calls everybody off, and does catch it on the run. But not before the Riptide are able to put 1 run across. Now 3 runs, 5 hits for the Barons, 1 run, 4 hits for the Tide. We head to the top of the 5th, trailing 2.
No fighting. No fighting. Shakira, Shakira. Really knew that you could dance like this. She make a man wanna speak Spanish. Como se llama?
Wyatt Wood ready to head out there for his second inning of work after relieving Riptide starter Cassius Ham. He's going to face the top of the lineup and second baseman Jamie Estrada from the Barons after ending last inning himself. fielding a ground ball off the bat of Sam Shaken and getting a double
Leading off,
play.
number 7, Jaime Estrada.
Estrada hit by a pitch in his first time up and then grounded into a fielder's choice that scored a run. And a second time, Wyatt Wood comes in there with strike number 1 to Estrada. Estrada swinging it from the left side, 5'10", 180 pounds. He'll be at Missouri Baptist next year. Wyatt Wood gets ahead 0-2 to Estrada. The 0-2 pitch from Wyatt Wood, a high fastball that's met by the bat of Estrada, grounded to J.J. Carr at shortstop, throws on to first base for out number 1. Now we're going to get James Stea grounded out to third base. Jake Portero, last time up, doubled over the head of center fielder Chris Prescott in his first at-bat.
Now batting, number
Stea
2,
swinging it from the right
Stea.
side. He's 5'10", 175 pounds. Wyatt Wood throws his first ball of the inning, low and outside. Count now, 1-0. Wood out there from the windup. Comes home, it's swung through by Stea for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 5th inning. Barons lead 3-1, 5 hits for them, 4 for the Tide. Wyatt Wood throws a breaking pitch that doesn't really break and misses high for ball 2. Wood throws right over the top, so tries to get that downward action with the curveball. Didn't have it that time. Comes back with a fastball, chest high, that swung on and fouled directly back by Stea for strike 2. The count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Stea, the center fielder for the Barons. He'll be at Valparaiso University, transfer from Golden West College. Led the league in stolen bases there as he fouls that one off. The count remains 2-2. He was a 2-year letter winner at Los Alamitos High School, was named First Team All-Sunset League in 2013. He was also the Offensive Player of the Year of the Sunset League. Also lettered 2 years in football. He was a defensive back there, where he was the Player of the Year and All-Sunset League representative at cornerback. Wyatt Wood ready to go now after he missed with the ball. Count now 3-2. The payoff pitch swung on by Stea, lifted to deep center field. Chris Prescott on the run, camps under that one, and he catches it for out number 2. So James Stea now 1 for 3 after that F8, and Ernie De La Trinidad, who's 2 for 2 with 2 singles, is going to come to the dish. De La Trinidad from Arizona is designated hitter in this ball game, 5'9", 165 pounds. He's from Phoenix, another left-handed bat at the top of this lineup. Wyatt Wood out there now after getting 2 quick outs, comes home with a breaking pitch. Good one this time, that snaps right across the letters of De La Trinidad for strike 1. Wyatt Wood working ahead mostly this inning. Good second inning for him, no action in the Riptide bullpen. He's ready from the windup. Another breaking pitch swung on and fouled off to the right side, where it's picked up by the Barons dugout for strike number 2. 0-2 to the designated hitter from Phoenix, Arizona. Is facing off against Wyatt Wood. Wood from the windup delivers another breaking pitch, taken on the outer half by De La Trinidad for strike number 3. So 3 pitches, 3 curveballs, 3 strikes. Out of the right hand of Wyatt Wood, we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, down 2.
Then I spent $400 on this.
Welcome back. We're going to get a new pitcher for the Barons after Tyler Tungate pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 hits, struck out 3, and walked 5. The new pitcher for the Barons is going to be Kyle Murray. He wears number 4. 6'1", 190-pound right-hander, redshirt senior. Not sure where he's going to go to college next fall. He's from La Crescenta, California. And he is ready to go against the top of the Riptide order now after Johnny Carr flew out to center field to end last inning. He's in the leadoff spot, so we're going to start in the 2-hole. It's his brother, J.J. Carr, who's walked twice. See if he can't walk again or get on base somehow, as the Riptide scored last inning, and they're trying to get 2 more and knot this ball game up at 3. Catcher Albert Perez now walks out, goes over the signs with the new pitcher Murray. Now he's ready to come on back home. He's wearing blue and red catcher's gear, real nice catcher's gear, matches the uniforms
Leading off, number 8,
here of the Barons.
J.J. Carr.
J.J. Carr, Colorado Mesa University, will be a junior. He's set to face the new man, Kyle Murray. Came in relief of Tyler Tungate. Murray coming in from the windup, right side, good firm fastball that swung on, grounded into the 5-6 hole by J.J. Carr. Shortstop, deep in the hole, throws on to first base, and he's going to make an excellent play over there. Threw to first base and got the speeding J.J. Carr by a step for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Kyle Murray. He's going to see Chris Prescott. Prescott 2 for 2 with 2 singles. 1 into center, 1 down the left field line.
Chris Prescott.
First single hit much better than the second, but in the scorebook, they look the same. Chris Prescott from the left side faces the right-hander Murray, shows bunt, pulls back as the third baseman Hammond charges, takes it though for strike number 1. Nothing in 1 with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Chris Prescott stares out at Kyle Murray. Murray quickly gets the sign, comes set, but steps off. Looked like he was confused with the sign, asks Albert Perez to come out. Perez does. Now they're going to chat out over that one. Remember, everyone, if you have any questions, concerns, constructive criticism, you can contact me at Dylan Tyre on Twitter, DYLANTYRER. Also, give OC Riptide a follow there. You can check the team website as well for any updates. Now we're ready to play once more. Kyle Murray from the windup delivers to Chris Prescott. Singles up the middle there with a ground ball that chops into center field. He's 3 for 3. Chase Goldwater, the first baseman for the Tide, making his second start of the season after appearing at first base last evening, is going to come to the plate against Murray. He struck out twice in 2 at-bats. Comes up here with 1 out, looking to keep this Riptide rally going. Brief rally it is with that single by Prescott, but Riptide trying to cut into this 2-run lead of the Barons as Murray delivers home. That ball singled through the right side as Prescott began to go from first base. He's going to chug into third base as the throw comes. Hammond at third base receives the throw. Prescott slides in safely head first. So there, a little hit and run action. Gets the first baseman diving at the ball at first. The ball gets through, and Chase Goldwater is on 1 for 3. The Tide are in business. Runners at first and third, 1 out. Austin O'Banion at the plate. O'Banion last time up struck out looking. Flew out to left in his first time up. That's what we're looking for here. Get that runner in from third base. Sac fly wouldn't be too bad. Middle infield is going to stay back for the Barons as O'Banion looking to raise something up into the outfield. From the stretch, he fouls that one high. It's going to get out of play for strike 1. Lands just behind us in the bushes, out of play. First base side lifted over that dugout of the Academy Barons. Murray checks the runner at first base. Comes set, glove high at the chest. Small leg kick comes home, looked like maybe a cutter. Or a shallow slider, taken though at the knees for strike number 2 by Austin O'Banion. O'Banion, 57 RBI at Fullerton College. Looking to get one more here for the Riptide with Chris Prescott lurking on third base. Murray checks the runner twice at first base. High leg kick delivers home. Pitch fastball on the outside, swung on and missed by O'Banion, who's going to trot back to the dugout, upset with himself. 2 outs now for Dylan Kelly. Kelly, single and a walk thus
Now
far.
batting number 9, Dylan Kelly.
Need a little bit of magic here for the Tide, trying to knot this game up at 3. Got to get 2 first. Chris Prescott's out there at third base, ready to come home. Tide need to will him home. I'm willing him home here with a little bit of prayer as Dylan Kelly takes slider outside for strike number 1. Riptide looked really, really good last night. Threw the ball well off the mound. Wasn't really until that 9th inning that the catch hit him all that hard or had any scoring chances as Kelly lifts that one high. Straight back out of play. Strike number 2 as Kyle Murray is quickly ahead. 0-2. Umpire asks for 3 baseballs from the Tide dugout. They go back deep into the dark depths of that third base side dugout for some baseballs. Umpire puts us back in play. Kyle Murray is ready to go. Comes set. Checks the runner on first base once, twice. Pause. High leg kick comes home. That pitch, a high fastball, checked by Dylan Kelly. He did not go. 1-2. Kelly, very superstitious, like we said. Hopefully he has a little voodoo in that bat now. Get a single, score that run from third base. The pitch, stroked up the middle, but fielded by Murray. And he's going to run over to first base and toss on to retire the side. So unfortunately, a hard hit ball off the bat of Dylan Kelly is fielded by the pitcher Murray to get himself out of the inning. We head to the top of the 6th inning, trailing 2. We'll be back.
Now batting number 19, Martin Teague.
We're ready to go, top of the 5th. Martin Teague up to bat. Top of the 6th, excuse me. Martin Teague ready to go against Wyatt Wood, who's out there once again. 3rd inning of work in relief of Cassius Ham, who went 3 himself. Looks like there's somebody out there in the bullpen for the Riptide, just stretching, not throwing yet. So figure this maybe is Wood's last inning of work as he gets Teague swinging there. Sweet. Teague taps that one foul to the right side off the end of his bat. We're even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Teague so far struck out twice, once swinging, once looking. It was a check swing that they called a strike swinging on him in the 1st inning against Ham. Wood misses high with a fastball that gets past the glove of Griffin Barnes. 2-1 now to the Barons' first baseman. Teague, team MVP at Compton College, also Gold Glove honors there at first base. Wasn't able to field a ground ball that got through off the bat of Barnes last inning, or Goldwater rather. Wyatt Wood comes in there with a pitch in the dirt that's swung on by Teague for strike number 3. So Teague 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Ready now is Cody Denbesti. He reached on an error that scored a run in the first and flew out to right field. So Bestie 0 for 2. Denbesti 0 for 2. Wearing number 16, 6 foot, 170 pounds senior, Prairie View A&M University from Wilmington, California. Wyatt Wood comes in with a fastball on the outer half, strike number 1. Denbesti plays for those Prairie View A&M Panthers, Southwestern Athletic Conference. Skies one high to left field. Austin O'Banion camping under that one, catches a can of corn for out number 2. Now Trent Hammond, the third baseman for the Barons, going to come up. He's 0 for 2, flew out to the first baseman, grounded out to shortstop. Playing a pretty good third base, though, over there for the Academy team. Urban Youth Academy is where the Barons play out of in Compton, California. We'll be there tomorrow night. Wyatt Wood misses there, ball number 1. In case you were wondering, the ultimate goal of the Riptide, not just to win the CCL, but to play in the National Baseball Conference World Series, which is played in Wichita, Kansas, as Hammond fouls that one off. We're going to be even at 1. CCL split into 3 divisions, Riptide and the Barons in the south, along with the Long Beach Legends and SoCal Catch. This, our second CCL ball game of the season. Teams to beat up north include the Santa Barbara Foresters, San Luis Obispo Blues. Trent Hammond swings through that one for strike number 2. We're going to be making our way up north next week to play the Walnut Creek Crawdads and the Healdsburg Prune Packers. So that's our one big road trip of the season. We go to San Diego a couple times as Hammond takes a ball low there. We're even at 2. Count now, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning. Wyatt Wood, working from the windup, delivers a curveball swung on and missed by Trent Hammond for strike number 3. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning, trailing the Academy Barons by 2. Kyle Murray ready to go out there for the Academy Barons once more. He's just about done with his warm-up pitches. He's going to face Jake Portero, the Riptide third baseman. Portero thus far flew out to right field, grounded out to his counterpart, Trent Hammond, at third base. Portero for the Riptide. 6'1", 185 pounds, pretty well built. He's ready to go as he steps into the batter's box from the right side against Kyle Murray. Murray working from the windup. Nobody on base as Portero's the leadoff man. Ready to come home and does misses high with a fastball for ball one. Portero won us a game against the Arroyo Seco Sentinels with a walk-off hit right up the middle a week ago. It was a big hit for Portero, the biggest of the season this far for the Tide. Kyle Murray comes in low with another fastball. That's a check swing. They check to the first base umpire there. He says that Portero did not go. Count now 2-0. Bobby Calderon down there at third base, played baseball at Chapman University here in California, giving the signs today to the Riptide batters and runners as Portero takes ball low. Count now 3-0. Riptide looking for runners any way they can get them. Just trying to push across one run, hopefully two here, as this ball game draws later and later. Lefty warming up in the bullpen for the Tide. I assume it's Sam Eichler, as he's scheduled to pitch today. Kyle Murray comes in there on the outside for strike number one. Portero still in the driver's seat, ready to hit. Looking for a ball that he can crush, and he certainly can. We saw him belt a double that nearly left the yard against the South Bay Sliders. Murray, though, comes in with what looked like a cutter, maybe a slider. The miss is low for ball four. So Jake Portero on base for the first time in this ball game. And that's going to bring Caleb Denny up to the dish. Grounded into a double play his first time. Walked last time up. Denny, first team All-District as an outfielder as a junior, hit .440 with 10 home runs. This past season at Texas, batted .267 in 11 games. Murray checks the runner at first base, who slides back safely ahead of the throw. Denny swinging it from the right side, looking for his first hit of this young CCL season. Murray comes home with a fastball low, taken by Denny for ball one. No sign from Calderon down at third base as he simply claps his hand, tells these boys to hit. These runners, though, I think have the green light from Jude Chavez. At least that's how he likes to run things. Very aggressive on the bases. Is that ball lifted high, foul, over the first base dugout and out of play for strike number one. Count even at one, nobody out. Bottom of the sixth inning. Now, second half of this ball game. Pretty quickly moving so far. We're at about an hour and a half of play. It's the way we've played this season with really good pitching. That ball skied into deep center field. The center fielder on the run and does make the catch, sprinting, glove side, right at the warning track to retire Caleb Denny. The runner at first base was in the middle of the base path between first and second, was not tagging on the deep fly ball to center in case it happened to get down. So now, runner remains on first after trotting back safely after the catch was made by James Stea. We're going to get Griffin Barnes, the catcher, up at the dish. RBI single in his last time up, walked in his first at bat, so back-to-back games with RBI singles for Barnes. And now he's going to get the fastball grounded to shortstop. Could be a double play ball. Shortstop chooses just to throw to first, and he retires Barnes easily for out number two. Now here comes the top of the lineup. We're going to get a pinch hitter for Johnny Carr. It's Hunter Holland. See where they slot him in the infield. I assume Portero will move to second base. Holland will move to third. J.J. Carr will remain at shortstop.
Now batting number 38, Hunter Holland.
Hunter Holland, 6'3", 205-pound sophomore, right here at Concordia. In 50 games this season for the Eagles, he batted .238, 40 hits, and 168 at-bats. 14 RBI for him as well. Trying to maybe score a run with him on first base. It would take a pretty good stroke, but just to get on base. Check that. Runner is moved up to second base now on that ground ball. Portero stays at second as the ball gets away from the catcher Albert Perez. 1-0 to Hunter Holland. Holland from Santa Clarita, California, Valencia High School. Defensive Player of the Year there in his senior season. He stares out at Kyle Murray, who comes home with a fastball, swung through and missed for strike one by Holland. Holland swinging it from the right side, as most of these Riptide hitters do. It's going to be a new pitcher next inning for the Tide. This is Ryan Byer, it is, warming up in the bullpen down there, number 34, lefty. Kyle Murray comes in with a good sharp curveball. That's blocked. He drops the ball, Albert Perez does, but it found the strike zone. It's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Hunter Holland. Perez wasn't sure where the ball had gone, thought it skipped behind him, but everybody in the infield, as well as the first base Barron dugout, adamantly yelled at him that it was at his feet. He found it before Portaro could get to third base. And now we find ourselves at 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Riptide within striking distance with a runner on second. Kyle Murray comes home. That pitch, a curveball swung on, line to center field. Unfortunately, directly at the center fielder, James Stea. So he catches that one without even needing to move. We head to the top of the 7th inning, still trailing 2. We're back here, top of the 7th inning. Wyatt Wood now out of the ball game after going 3 strong. Did not allow a run. Now we're going to get the new man, Ryan Byer, 6'1", 190-pound lefty, redshirt freshman at University of the Pacific. He's a finance major there. Another guy who went to Glendora High School. Teammate of Wyatt Wood there. As Byer comes in with a fastball, high and outside to the right fielder of these Barons, Jonah Hargroves, for ball number 1. Hargroves, thus far, 1 for 2, singled in his first time up, flew out to right field, last at bat. Byer, high leg kick, fouled off to the right side for strike 1. Hargroves swinging it from the right side. 5'10", 200 pounds is what he's listed at. Ryan Byer working from the stretch, comes in with another fastball high, taking that time for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strikes. 1 strike. Check that. Not plural there. Not to confuse you at home as Ryan Byer comes in there. High fastball once more, 3-1. Hargroves, this is the 3rd time he's led off an inning in this ball game, as Trent Hammond has retired the side 3 times out of the 6th hole. Hargroves working out of the 7th spot. Now ahead of the pitcher, Ryan Byer, 3-1. Byer comes in high that time. Hargroves takes it, and he'll trot onto first base with a walk. Albert Perez is going to be the batter. He walked his last time up, wearing number 14. Perez is...
Now batting number 14, Albert Perez.
Carr High School graduate. Rio Hondo College, where he plays his ball right now. Ryan Byer checks the runner at first base. Hargroves twice. Comes in. Good fastball in the inner half. Check swing by Perez, but it's fouled off of his bat. Straight back. He's going to be behind 0-1 to Byer. Senior season at Glendora, Byer pitched his way to a 2.95 ERA, 5-2 that year with a save, struck out 48, was named the Athlete of the Year at Glendora. Misses there, though, with a fastball outside, count even at 1, nobody out. In the top of the 7th inning, Riptide trying to hold this barren lead at 2 runs, bounce back into that dugout and hopefully knot things up. Byer misses high once more. Griffin Barnes checks the runner at first base with a good throw down there, but the runner, Hargrove, slides back head first ahead of the throw. Ryan Byer, left-handed pitcher, comes set right at the letters, checks the runner at first base twice, comes home, swung through by Albert Perez for strike number 2. Count now moves to 2-2 with nobody out. 3 runs on 5 hits for the Barons, 1 run on 6 hits for the Tide. Plethora of walks as well for the Riptide, at least 6. Spire delivers the 2-2, and that ball swung on, grounded to the shortstop. Carr fumbles the ball, throws on to first base for the out, but misses the chance at the double play ball as he booted that one. It popped right out of his glove, able to keep it in front, though, and retire the batter Perez at first base for out number 1.
Now batting number 36.
Sam Shaken comes up to the dish, 1 for 2, singled his first time up and then grounded it into a double play by Wyatt Wood. An excellent play it was to cut the inning short there. Fielded it with his bare hand and threw on to second base to start the double play. Now Shaken comes up with Jonah Hargroves out there on second, hoping to tack on another run to this 2-run lead. Byer checks the runner at second base once. High leg kick comes home with a fastball. Check swing. But they're going to call it a ball outside to make the count 1-0. Byer getting the sign from the catcher Griffin Barnes, who remains in this ball game behind the dish. We've seen him switch out with Kelly earlier in this season. Caught the whole game yesterday. Byer comes in there with a strike. The count even at 1 out, top of the 7th inning. Sam Shaken, the number 9 hitter, the shortstop, has played a pretty good shortstop today, starting a couple of double plays himself and ranging left and right into the hole, up the middle. Calls time there, as Byer's taking a long time on the mound. Shaken once more, ready to go, steps back in. The umpire puts us in play. Nobody checking the runner at second base as number 36 fouls that one straight back to make the count 1-2. Ryan Byer way ahead now, 1-2. See if he options to a breaking pitch here. I've yet to see that. It's Griffin Barnes, of course, very active behind the dish, can put a body on nearly anything. Hargroves taking a walking lead off second base, fakes like he's going to steal with a hard step, a curveball, misses low and outside from Byer. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to the shortstop, Sam Shaken. Hoping right now the Riptide are able to cut this inning short and get back into the dugout and start a new rally. Runner Hargroves going from third base. Kelly throws down to third. The throw right on the bag, but the tag was not there as Hargroves slides in safely. Really nice throw by Griffin Barnes down there to third base. Put it exactly where it needed to be, and Hunter Holland was honestly a little bit late getting there, unable to apply the tag, so now our runner moves up to third base. That pitch missed from Ryan Byer, and the count is full at 3-2. Very big pitch here out of the left hand. The University of Pacific pitcher, and he blows a fastball past Sam Shaken on the outer half for strike number 3. So now 2 outs. Feels a lot better than 1 with a runner on third base. And we're going to get the leadoff man, Jaime Estrada, at the dish. Estrada, hit by pitch, fielder's choice, that scored a run and grounded out to the shortstop, J.J. Carr, in his last time up. Estrada wearing number 7, swinging it from the left side, a lefty-lefty matchup now against Ryan Byer. Byer, high leg kick, comes home, fastball, high and inside, taken for strike number 1. Jonah Hargroves out there at third base. He's been aggressive on the base paths. stealing second base and then third base in this ball game. Stole third base in the last at bat. It was a good throw by Barnes, but didn't get him. That time, Byer misses low and outside to make the count even at 1. Keep an eye over there at Hargroves, see if he'd even attempt to steal home. He's shown good speed, and he takes a walking lead off of third base. Byer with his back to Hargroves over there. Hargroves continues to walk home, and here comes the pitch. It's taken inside, nearly hits the batter Estrada. They're going to say it did hit him. I don't think it did, as I didn't hear it hit the jersey, and there looked to be space between the two of them, but the umpire says otherwise, and Estrada's going to be on first base with the second hit by pitch of this ball game. James Stea is going to be the batter now, who doubled. He is 1 for 3, grounded out to third base and flew out to center in his last time up. He's hit the ball pretty well to center field twice. His runners are on first and third base now. See if the Barons put on a play. Ryan Byer delivers high, first pitch, ball to Stea. Stea, playing a good center field himself out there, is ranged deep into that right field gap to retire Caleb Denny in the last inning. It was a fairly well-hit ball that carried nearly to the warning track off the bat of Denny, and Stea was out there running full speed and tracked it down on a sprint. Byer misses there outside for the second ball. Yet to throw a strike in this at-bat, is behind 2-0. Byer comes set, checks the runner at first base, once, high leg kick, comes home. It's a fastball low and inside that bounces out of the glove of Griffin Barnes, but it's a strike anyway. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the 7th inning. The Academy Barons lead the Orange County Riptide 3-1. Whole lot of zeros on the scoreboard since the early innings. Is Byer ready to go as he's set once again. Delivers home. It's a fastball high and outside, taken for ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 strike to the batter James Stea. Byer gets the sign from Barnes, comes set, stares home, doesn't check the runner at first, high leg kick and delivers. That ball taken high for ball 4. So now the bases are loaded for the number 3 man, Ernie De La Trinidad. De La Trinidad, 2 for 3, struck out looking his last time up on a curveball from Wyatt Wood. Those 2 hits of his are both singles.
Number 15, Ernie De La Trinidad.
De La Trinidad, Central Arizona College, Mountain Point High School graduate, 5'9", 170 pounds. He's now facing left-hander Ryan Byer. Another lefty-lefty matchup as Byer delivers home. That pitch, check swing on the inner half, fouled off to the left side, bounces off the fence, guarding the Riptide dugout on the third base line for strike number 1. Martin Teague, waiting on deck, struck out 3 times in this ball game. The Riptide need to get this batter out, though, to keep the lead at 2. Byer delivers home, very close on the inner half, but taken high and inside by De La Trinidad for ball 1. De La Trinidad out there with 3 runners on base, trinity of runners, is now, that pitch comes high and inside and hits De La Trinidad, and a run's going to score. It's Jonah Hargroves trotting in from third base, who led this inning off with a walk. And now back-to-back, well, not exactly back-to-back, but a walk, or a hit batter, a walk, and now another hit batter is going to bring Martin Teague to the dish. The score now, 4-1. Teague, remember, struck out 3 times, twice swinging, once looking, as Ryan Byer trying to get him here. Byer comes in, a fastball high for ball 1. The Barons have pushed this lead to 4-1. Riptide, as this ball game gets later and later, are going to have to mount an even greater rally now. Byer comes in, misses high to Teague for ball 2. Byer trying to find that release point as he's hit 2 batters and walked 2 this inning. Now comes home with the bases loaded. The 2-0 is taken outside. 3 balls, no strikes to the first baseman, Martin Teague. Ryan Byer, ready to go, delivers home. It's taken high and outside for a 4th straight ball. So another free pass comes home. So now we're going to get a mound visit from pitching coach Jeff Robinson after Ryan Byer walks the batter Martin Teague on 4 pitches. Martin Teague's going to get an RBI there with the walk. Cody Denbesti is going to come to the dish. Reached on an error, flew out to right field, and flew out to left field. Jeff Robinson talking things over with his catcher Griffin Barnes and his pitcher Ryan Byer. Robinson played baseball at Cal State Fullerton under Augie Garrido, some of Garrido's best years there at Fullerton. Then he was drafted by the San Francisco Giants and pitched 8 years in the major leagues. Now he walks slowly back to the Riptide dugout on the third base side. And Ryan Byer is ready to go. Cody Denbesti, another lefty for the Barons. So once more lefty-lefty matchup. Byer has hit 2 of those lefties in Estrada and De La Trinidad. But he comes in there with the first pitch for a strike. Byer, with the sun setting in the left side of her frame, comes in high and inside with a ball. Sun behind some clouds right now. It's created a darker twilight environment as the wind in left center field is picked up. Byer comes home, misses high with a fastball. Count now 2-1 to Cody Denbesti. It's been an eventful inning as the Barons have scored 2 runs on a hit by pitch and a walk to stretch their lead to 5-1, 4-run lead over the Riptide in the top of the 7th inning. Ryan Byer delivers home. It's fastball high and inside, taken for ball 3. So once more, a really big pitch as the Riptide bullpen began to work. Sam Eichler gone down there, another lefty from Cumberland University, looking to warm. As Byer comes home, that pitch swung on, broken bat off to the right side. Chase Goldwater fields. Byer covering first base, gets there in time for out number 3. So he limits the damage, but damage was done. 2 runs on a hit by pitch and a walk extends this Baron lead to 5-1. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing 4. Kyle Murray out there for another inning of work for these Academy Barons. He's going to face the top of this Riptide lineup, looking to get things going, down 4 after the Barons scored 2 runs in the top of the 7th inning. It's going to be J.J. Carr starting things off. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to shortstop. He reached base twice, each time on a walk. Now he's going to face Murray, who induced a ground ball off the bat of Carr his last time up. Murray comes home, pitch number 1 taken down the middle at the knees for strike number 1. It was an excellent play by the shortstop, Sam Shaken. He went into the hole, threw across the body, to get Carr at first base on that ground out. Carr now faces the 0-1. It's a curveball out of the right hand of Murray, a good curveball. Taken, though, for ball number 1. Pretty sharp breaking ball Murray has. Looks like a heavy breaking ball. Late breaking. Pretty good drop to it. 12-6 action. As he comes from the windup, the 1-1 is in there at the knees on the outer half for strike number 2. Now J.J. Carr, yet to swing the bat, is behind 1-2 to Kyle Murray. 6'1", 190-pound right-hander from La Crescenta, California. He delivers the 1-2. That pitch in the dirt is swung on and missed by J.J. Carr for strike number 3. So the Barons throw it around the infield. The catcher, Albert Perez, did a good job to dig that one out of the dirt and show it to the umpire. Not called a drop third strike, as he was able to meet it before it actually kissed ground.
Now up to bat, number 2, Chris.
So Carr is retired there with a strikeout swinging, and we're going to bring up Chris Prescott, who's 3 for 3 with 3 singles. One of the lone bright spots in this Riptide lineup thus far in the ball game. 6 hits the Riptide have, 3 of which are Prescott's. Haven't scored in quite some time now, as we scored that 1 run on a Griffin Barnes single in the bottom of the 4th inning. Chris Prescott fouls a fastball straight back off the backstop there for strike 1. Very big cut there from Prescott as he gets some laughs from the Academy Barons dugout. Finds himself behind 0-1. Prescott steps in from the left side, swaggers with the bat a little bit, and he's ready to go. Murray comes home. The 0-1 is taken outside for ball number 1. Count even now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th inning, Irvine, California, Concordia University. Kyle Murray working out of the windup, ready to go, and comes home. That pitch flown high, right back at Murray in the middle of the infield. Third baseman Trent Hammond is going to come on and plucks that one out of the sky right at the base of the pitcher's mound for out number 2. Now we're going to get Chase Goldwater, who's 1 for 3, singled in his last time up through the right side, struck out swinging those other 2 times. He comes up with 2 outs, nobody on, in the bottom of the 7th. Kyle Murray working quickly on the mound, making easy work of this Riptide lineup as Goldwater chops the first pitch up the middle, and it goes right over the head of the second baseman, Jaime Estrada. Estrada was charging. The ball took a strange hop and flew sky high over his outstretched glove. That glove was straight up and down over his head, and we're going to get a pinch hitter with a runner on first base. The pinch hitter is Tommy Bell.
Now batting, number 11, Tommy Bell.
Bell is pitch hitting for Austin O'Banion, who's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Bell, usually the number 3 hitter for the Tide, is now ready to go against Kyle Murray, hoping to bring this lead a little bit closer. We're behind 5-1. Takes first pitch low and outside for ball number 1. Bell, a whole lot of power for the Tide. 1 home run and in only 15 at-bats at New Mexico State, where he played last season. In 5 games, he hit a home run. It's out there now against Kyle Murray, who's working from the stretch, comes set, delivers home a curveball, taken low for ball number 2. Tommy Bell, his single home run this season came against the South Bay Sliders, a mammoth shot into left center field. It was a solo home run. We lost that ball game 8-6. It was our first loss of the year. Nightmare inning, though. They scored 6 runs against us in 1 inning. Otherwise, we should have had that ball game. Bell floats that one into shallow center field. It's going to get down. So 2 2-out hits for the Riptide. We find runners on first and second base. We're going to have Dylan Kelly coming up to the dish for the Riptide. He's 1 for 2 with a walk, grounded out to the first baseman, Martin Teague, last time. Singled up the middle in his first at-bat.
Now batting, number 9, Dylan Kelly.
Dylan Kelly looking to keep this mini rally alive with 2 straight 2-out hits here against Kyle Murray. Kelly can swing it. As at Chico State last year, he had 346, 40 RBI to his name as well. We got a runner in scoring position out there at second base in Goldwater. Kelly swings through that one. 0-1. It's now the count. Kelly takes a couple of practice cuts and he's ready to go. Murray, working from the stretch, comes set, high leg kick, and delivers home. That ball fouled off to the left side. Weakly by Dylan Kelly. The count 0-2. Kelly will be a senior next year, kinesiology major at Chico State. 70 hits and 202 at-bats for the Wildcats. Not too often you see a player with 70 hits at the college level, and takes that one, a fastball down the middle, fouls it off to the left side. The count remains 0-2. Kelly, before playing at Chico, was at the College of the Sequoias, where he played 2 seasons for the Giants, hit .354 and 305 career at-bats there, with 65 RBI. Was a first-team All-Central Valley Conference, also an All-Region selection as a sophomore. As that ball misses there, move the count to 1-2. As a freshman at College of the Sequoias, he was All-State and a first-team All-American, batting .358. He was the league MVP as well. Now he's in a big situation, down 1-2. Swings on a good curveball and misses for strike number 3. So, after 7 innings of play, the Academy Barons have 5 runs on 5 hits. The Riptide trail, though. They have 1 run on 7 hits. We head to the top of the 8th inning after a quick break.
Right. My AI just nothing. They don't want you to have nothing. They don't want to see me find your love.
Welcome back here, top of the 8th inning. Ryan Byer on for a second inning of work. Touched up for 2 runs last inning. Walked 2 hitters. Hit 2 hitters, and that led to 2 runs scored as he loaded the bases with those hit by pitches and walks, and 2 runs scored then, on 1 on a hit by pitch and another on a walk. Trent Hammond is going to lead things off for the Barons thus far. 0 for 3, struck out his last time up. Takes ball number 1 on the outer half. Hammond, 6'1", 205 pounds, senior to be, from Manhattan Beach, California, plays in Illinois. Takes another ball low on the outer half. Count now 2-0. Hammond, playing third base for the Fighting Illini this past season, assumes to take over that role once again next year, as Byer comes in high with ball number 3. Leadoff walks are never a good thing, especially late in the ball game, as the Riptide are trying to maintain the Baron lead at 4 runs. Anything more would be worse, as it's already tough enough to come back late in the ball game from 4 runs down, 5, 6 would be detrimental. Byer delivers strike number 1 there down the middle to Hammond. Count now 3-1. Bounces back, throws another pitch on the outer half that Hammond takes for ball 4. So Trent Hammond reaches base for the first time in this ball game with a leadoff walk. Now we're going to have Jonah Hargroves, who walked himself against Byer last time up.
Now batting,
He's 1 for 2.
Jonah Hargroves.
Singled in his first at bat, then flew out to right field. Of course, walked and scored the first run. Last inning, stole third base, and then Byer promptly loaded the bases and hit a batter to score Hargroves from third base. Jonah there takes ball 1 outside. Played some travel baseball with Jonah when I was younger. LA Rock Stars. Played outfield and caught for them. Spanks that one down into right field. He's going to be 2 for 3. The runner on first, round second base. Hammond slides in safely at third base. Hargroves trots around first but stays there. So runners on first and third for the Barons, and they're in business with runners on the corners. Byer struggling to record outs for the Riptide as Jude Chavez, our head coach, is going to come to the mound, and that's going to signal a pitching change. If he does indeed take that ball from Byer, we'll take a quick break and come right back. And he does, so I'll be right back to provide you the play-by-play of Albert Perez versus the new man, Sam Eichler, with nobody out in the top of the 8th inning. Runners on the corners in just a moment. Sam Eichler on in relief of Ryan Byer now. Eichler, number 19, 5'11", 205-pound lefty. He'll be a senior at Cumberland University in the fall. Cumberland, if you were wondering, is in Lebanon, Tennessee.
14, Albert
He's a criminal justice major there. NAIA baseball, the Phoenix of Cumberland play. Now he's set to face Albert Perez with nobody out in the top of the 8th inning. Delivers fastball that's swung on and stroked into the left center gap by Perez. That ball is going to get down and score at least 1. Looks like it's going to be 2 as Jonah Hargroves is rounding third base. Perez gliding into second. The throw cut off by shortstop J.J. Carr. He looked like he wanted to throw home but held up. So a big 2-run double off the bat of Albert Perez in the top of the 8th inning is going to push this lead to 6 runs, 7-1. Now the Academy Barons are on top of the home Orange County Riptide. Sam Eichler working from the left side out of the stretch now. To Sam Shaken, misses high there with the ball. It was a fastball. Sam Eichler from Mission Viejo, California, went to Capistrano Valley High School, and he transferred to Cumberland from East Tennessee State. Misses there inside to make the count 2 balls, no strikes. In high school, he went 31-7 with a 1.82 ERA and 321 strikeouts and 234 innings over the course of his career with the Eagles. Comes in there for a strike number 1 to the Barons shortstop, Sam Shaken. 2 balls, 1 strike. The runner out there at second base is number 14, the catcher, Albert Perez. For the Barons, Eichler comes in there. Pitch swung right over by Shaken for strike number 2. Sam Eichler, school record, single season and career, for wins, strikeouts, and whip, walks, and hits per inning pitched. That number for him, 0.97, so definitely decorated coming out of Capo Valley High School. And he gets Sam Shaken, who swings through a fastball high there for strike number 3. Shaken with his second straight strikeout swinging there. A little bit of a tongue twister, second straight strikeout swinging. A lot of alliteration. Now he's going to get Jaime Estrada, who was hit by a pitch and scored Jonah Hargroves from third base his last time up. He comes up with 1 out this time. Yet again, a lefty-lefty matchup for Jaime Estrada. Sam Eichler out there throwing it from the left side. He's got a runner in scoring position, trying at least to move him over to third base. Nobody on the runner at second base as Eichler comes in there with the ball on the inner half to fall behind 2-0. Estrada steps back in and he's looking ready to go. Eichler checks the runner at second base once, twice. Turns around as if he wants to pick, but holds the throw. Estrada once more ready to go as Eichler's getting the sign from Barnes behind the dish. High leg kick comes home. Fastball in the outer half right at the knee is taken for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here after Eichler gets the first batter, Sam Shaken, swinging. Now he faces Jaime Estrada, who leads 2-1. Eichler comes in there, looked like a breaking pitch that's picked right up out of the dirt by Griffin Barnes. 3 balls, 1 strike. Remember, first base is open, so a walk doesn't hurt right now if you're Eichler. Sets up a forced out at third base. Eichler checks the runner at second base, high leg kick, and delivers home. That pitch swung on and ripped foul to the right side for strike 2. The count now full, 3-2 with 1 out. Top of the 8th inning, Riptide simply trying to get back in the dugout, now down 6. They've out-hit the Barons by 1. To this point in the ball game, they lead 7-6 in that category, but trail where it counts 7-1. Eichler comes home with a fastball high, that one taken for ball 4. So free passes, really big story in this ball game, is that's what hurt the Tide in the last inning and broke it open. Now Eichler issues 1 to Jaime Estrada there, who's reached base 4 times, thrice, on a free pass, hit by a pitch twice, and then walked. James Stea, who walked himself last time up, is going to come to the dish. Eichler throws fastball in the inner half, taken right above the kneecaps for strike 1. Stea doubled his first time up, grounded to third the next time, then flew out to center before walking. That walk scored a run from third base. Now he smacks that one into right field. It looks like it's going to get foul as it cuts to the right of that line, and does. So the runner, Albert Perez, trots back to second base. The lead runner is Estrada, is now on second base. Ernie De La Trinidad waits on deck. The designated hitter is 2 for 3. Don't want him at the plate, as the Riptide are trying to get out of this inning without giving up any runs. Eichler delivers home. It's a diving play by J.J. Carr, who just simply knocks the ball down. Runners are going to be safe everywhere. I should have said any more runs, as 2 runs are already across the board. J.J. Carr laid out at second base, made a nice stop, but didn't really know if he had it. The ball fumbled out of his glove. He wasn't able to make a play anywhere. Now, Ernie De La Trinidad's going to come to the dish with the bases loaded. Like I mentioned, 2 for 3. Also reached on a hit by pitch his last time up. And he comes up with a very excellent chance to score a run now. He spanks that one promptly into center field. It's going to get down. Looks like Riley Roberts is out there now. He rounds that ball, throws it in home. That single is going to score 2 runs. As Albert Perez, and Jaime Estrada come home. So that's a 2-run single off the bat of Ernie De La Trinidad
Now batting number
into
19,
shallow
Martin
left
Teague.
center field, and Martin Teague, who walked for his first time on base and his last time up, is going to come to the dish. He's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, and Sam Eichler trying to induce another one here. A ground ball would do it, but there's 1 out here in the inning, trying doubling him up. That's the idea for the Riptide, at least, at the moment. The Barons lead 9-1 now. They've broken things open in the top of the 8th. Eichler checks the runner at second base and delivers home. That one, a fastball in the outer half, taken for strike 2. So Eichler way ahead with Martin Teague, 0-2 with 1 out. Trying to put him away now. Simply get back into the dugout, see what the Riptide can do. The 0-2 pitch, high and outside, taken by Teague for ball 1. Now the count moves to 1-2. With 1 out in the top of the 8th. Almost no wind now in the ballpark. Nor as I say it, the flag starts blowing a little bit more. Eichler throws a breaking pitch there, fouled off to the right side by the right-handed hitting Teague. We stay at 1-2. Eichler back up there now, working from the stretch on the left side, checks the runner at second base once, takes a long look, high leg kick home, buries a curveball in the dirt that's taken and blocked by Griffin Barnes. Count now even at 2. Sam Eichler now trying to get the Riptide out of this disastrous top of the 8th inning, as 4 runs are already across the board. Checks the runner at second base quickly and comes home, where Martin Teague fouls another pitch off to the left side. And the count now still 2-2. The Tide still awaiting a couple more players, as they're coming home from various school years and ends of seasons. Eichler delivers. That ball chopped to third base. Third baseman Hunter Holland's going to come on, toss to first base. The throw gets away, so 1 run is going to score. And Martin Teague trots into second base, advancing on the air there. Sure, they'll call it on the throw. And now, after a 5th run crosses the plate, the Barons lead the ballgame 10-1. We're going to get a pinch hitter, Kevin Maxey, for the Barons. 6'5", 230-pound senior at Bethesda University of California. He's from Long Beach. Plays the outfield. Sam Eichler, now working with runners on second and third, delivers a fastball low on the outer half for strike number 1. So now 5 runs have come across on a 2-run double by Albert Perez, a 2-run single by Ernie De La Trinidad, and a 1-run error on a throw by Hunter Holland at third base. Now Kevin Maxey finds himself behind 0-2 after fouling the second pitch out of the left hand of Sam Eichler off the backstop. So Eichler way ahead, looking to bury Maxey for out number 2. Ready to come home, and does. A high fastball taken by the big outfielder for ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. Academy Barons have put 5 across, 2 runs last inning, 5 this inning. Have jolted out to a 9-run lead. Maxey fouls that one off from Eichler. Count now 1-2. Maxey plays at Bethesda, who play in the Double C, Double A, West Conference. That ball fouled down the third base line. Count remains 1-2. He was a 17th round pick of the Dodgers in 2012. Lewis and Clark State University transfer. That 17th round pick of the Dodgers really stands out. See what happens in these next couple days. The MLB draft begins tomorrow. Phillies have the first pick. That ball skied to the right side. First baseman Chase Goldwater, camping under it in foul territory, retires Maxey there for out number 2. Now Trent Hammond's going to come to the dish. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. Walked in his last at bat, now with runners on second and third base, trying to tack on to this already large 9-run Barron lead. He faces Sam Eichler, who gets the sign, comes set, and delivers home. He swings on that one, flown out to center field. Riley Roberts camps under that one and retires the side with out number 3. Not before 5 runs cross the board for the Academy Barons. They lead the ball game 10-1. 10 runs on 6 hits compared to the Tide's 1 run on 7 hits. But regardless, we head to the bottom of the 8th, down 9.
I've got you on my mind, a secret admirer. I've been watching you.
Gary Smith into the ball game now to pitch for these Academy Barons. 5'11", 175-pound right-hander from Lakewood, California. He's going to face Jake Portero to lead things off here. See if the Tide can't mount a rally. It's going to take a lot, but why not hope as they're down 9 here in the bottom of the 8th. Portero so far in this ball game, 0 for 2 with a walk. Flew out to left, grounded to third base, and walked in his last time up. Looking to get on base now is 1 runner at a time. Is all the Riptide need. The bullpen is loosening for the Tide. Smith comes home with a fastball, grounded to second base by Portero. New second baseman throws on to first to Martin Teague for out number 1. A quick out number 1 as Portero swings at the first pitch he sees. And we're a third of the way through the bottom of the 8th. Now, we're going to get Caleb Denny at the plate, who flew out to center field deeply in his last time up. Now he comes in for his first ups against Gary Smith. Smith out there working from the windup, high leg kick, herky-jerky motion, comes home, and that ball scalded into shallow right field for Caleb Denny's first hit of this young season. Now we're going to get Griffin Barnes. Barnes in this ball game walked his first at bat. RBI single, scoring our only run of the game in his next time up, and then grounded out to shortstop. He's up with Caleb Denny on first base. See what type of wheels Denny has out there. No stolen bases this past season for Texas. Limited action, though, for Denny. 11 games, 30 at-bats. As Smith comes in there to Griffin Barnes for strike number 1. Hunter Holland on deck, hoping he can get up with runners in scoring position, as Smith now working from the stretch, delivers home on a slide step, fouled back by Barnes for strike number 2. Looked like a breaking pitch there, a slider from Gary Smith, right at the letters of Barnes, who swung at it and fouled it right back. Umpire puts us back in play. 0-2 is the count as Gary Smith checks the runner at first base, throws over just to let him know he's watching him. Wasn't really an attempt to throw him out as he stepped off the mound leisurely and then threw on to first base in the same way. Does the same thing once more as the dugout now tells him, focus on the batter. I don't think he's going to run anymore, down 9. Smith gets the sign, comes set, looks at the runner once, twice, slide steps home. It's a slider high and inside that he takes for ball 1. Count now 1-2 to Griffin Barnes. Barnes, Grand Canyon University Antelope out of the Western Athletic Conference, Esperanza High School graduate, awaits the 1-2, and here it comes, a slider that he fouls off to the right side. Herky-jerky motion, Gary Smith's hat flies off there as he delivers the pitch. Now he picks it up off the ground and it's ready to go. Count remains 1-2. Wind is picked up now as the flag is blowing stiffly in left center field directly at the right field foul pole. Barnes awaits the 1-2, takes a slider on the outer half, count even at 2. The hat of Gary Smith has fallen off once more. He has very long hair that falls onto his shoulders, Tim Lincecum style.
Good pitch, good pitch.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Delivers home, fastball in the dirt, blocked off by the catcher Perez. Caleb Denny's going to take second base standing up without a throw. The count now, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. We await the payoff pitch with a runner at second base. And Smith checks the runner on second base once. The payoff pitch, low on the outer half for ball 4. So Griffin Barnes takes first base with his second walk of the ball game, and we're going to get Hunter Holland, who pinch hit his last time up and took over at third base. Run scored on his throwing error in the top of the 8th inning. He flew out to center field sharply. Could actually call it a line out if he wanted to, his last time up. Now he faces Gary Smith with runners on first and second and 1 out. Smith comes in there with a slider for strike 1. Smith, working from the stretch, comes set, glove right below the belt, checks the runner at second base once. That pitch bounces in the dirt. The runners are going to advance as the ball escapes the grasp of catcher Albert Perez. Hunter Holland now, good chance to score a run for the Tide with runners on second and third, 1 out. We're ready to go now. Umpire puts us back in play. Smith, high leg kick from the stretch, comes home with another slider that's taken for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Hunter Holland, the Tide third baseman. Plays here at Concordia. So this is his home field in the summer and the spring. Fouls that one straight back off the screen to draw the count even at 2. Holland, 6'3", 205 pounds, a wiry third baseman. 14 RBI, looking to tack on 1 here for the Tide. High fastball, swings on that one and fouls it out of play. We stay at 2-2. 14 RBI, that is, for the Eagles of Concordia, for the marketing major, sophomore. 40 hits. Wouldn't be a bad time to place one down in the outfield right now for Holland. Slider swung on and missed for strike 3. So Smith gets Holland out in front of that one for out number 2. And we're going to bring J.J. Carr to the dish, who struck out swinging his last time up. He's 0 for 2 with 2 walks. And now he's trying to score at least 1 run from third base, cut into the lead of these Academy Barons. There's 2 runners in scoring position with Griffin Barnes out there at second base after walking. Gary Smith comes in there with another breaking pitch on the inner half for strike 1. 0-1 to the Riptide shortstop. Didn't plan on playing shortstop this ball game. Andrew Carrillo, our starter, was thrown out in his first at bat after arguing balls and strikes. Gary Smith misses with a fastball in the dirt there. The count is even at 1-1. Smith working quickly as he steps right back on the rubber, gets the sign, comes set, hands right below the belt. Ready to go, high leg kick, pauses at the top of the delivery, gets J.J. Carr to chop to third base. Trent Hammond comes on, fields an in-between hop, throws on to first base. The throw gets away into right field. Jonah Hargroves goes to retrieve. At least 1 run is going to score. Here comes the second. Griffin Barnes does score, so 2 runs come across on that throwing error by Trent Hammond. And this lead, not so big now. It's 7 runs compared to 9. It's J.J. Carr there. Reaches on an air. Now we're going to get pinch hitter, who came into center field for Chris Prescott. It's Riley Roberts taking over. Roberts batted second yesterday for the Riptide. Had 1 hit in that ball game, lacing one into left field in his first time up. Gary Smith comes home, gets Robert to chop to third base, but there's no play from Trent Hammond as the ball skied so high, and Riley Roberts, chugging down the line from his left-handed spot in the batter's box, didn't allow Hammond at third base to make a throw. So, runners on first and third base now for the Tide, and Chase Goldwater's going to come to the dish. Call it a single, I suppose, for Riley Roberts. He hit the ball so slowly and perfectly placed high chopper that Hammond couldn't make a play at third base. Now Gary Smith still working against the Mississippi State commit. Chase Goldwater throws a ball on the outer half for strike number 1. 0-1 to big number 22 for the Tide, the first baseman in the 4-hole today, looking to score a run. It's J.J. Carr over there at third. Smith comes home, a slider fouled off to the right side to make the count 0-2. Gary Smith out there working from the stretch with runners on first and third. Comes set, this time high glove action. That ball fouled off to the right side sharply, right down the right field line. The count remains 0-2. Chase Goldwater just looking to place a hit down in the outfield for the Tide. 42 RBI to his name at Temple College. Also blasted 14 home runs, so a whole lot of power for this Mississippi State commit. Wouldn't be a bad time to see one of those bombs here. Slider in the dirt taken by Goldwater. He tells the runner at third base to hold, but the runner Roberts at second is going to walk in safely without a throw as the umpire shielded the catcher Albert Perez from the baseball in any attempt at a throw. So, with the Barons up 10-3, Chase Goldwater steps into the batter's box, ready to go. Looking out at Gary Smith, who's working again from the stretch, comes set and fires home. That pitch spanked into right center field. Jonah Hargroves is there, though, as the ball spit out right at him. So the Tide are able to score 2 runs on the air by the third baseman Trent Hammond. We head to the top of the 9th inning, trailing 10-3. We are back here. Dylan Miyashiro is the new pitcher for the Riptide. He comes in relief of the lefty Sam Eichler. Miyashiro, remember, on Saturday in the first of our doubleheader against the Inland Valley squads, he faced the Pirates. He went 5 scoreless innings. In that ball game, he did not throw a ball between the first and the fourth innings. So pinpoint accuracy as he comes in now to face the leadoff man for the 4th time in the ball game, Jonah Hargroves. Hargroves has 4 plate appearances and has led off in 3 of those, now 4 with this one. Miyashiro gets ahead with strike number 1, flips in a slider for strike number 2. So quickly, no balls, 2 strikes to Jonah Hargroves, the Barron right fielder. Miyashiro, ready to go from the windup, spikes a curveball there in the dirt, taken by Hargroves for ball 1. Miyashiro, junior to be at Azusa Pacific University, where he's an accounting major. Lake Forest, California native, lined right back at Miyashiro, who pounces off the mound and snags that one in the air. Jonah Hargroves will take a long walk back to the dugout after spanking that one, unfortunately, right back at the pitcher. Albert Perez now going to come to the plate for the Barons. Flew out to center his first time up, walked and then grounded to short. Of course, had that big 2-run double in his last time up. Miyashiro comes in there. First pitch ball. Miyashiro ready to go with the 1-0, and it's there, fouled straight back high by Albert Perez, and that's going to get out of play for strike number 1. 1-1 the count now, with 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. 10 runs on 8 hits for the Barons. 1 run, or now 3, I suppose, on 7 hits for the Tide as Perez spanks that one, unfortunately for him, directly at the center fielder Riley Roberts for out number 2. Miyashiro now, after 2 quick outs, is going to face the shortstop, Sam Shaken, who struck out swinging his last 2 times up. Shaken, tough day at the plate, besides his 1 single, grounded into a double play, and then those 2 strikeouts. Now, trying to get back on base here any way he can. Miyashiro comes in, fastball low for ball number 1. Dylan Miyashiro, 6 foot, 225-pound right-hander. This year, in 23 appearances, he was 5-3 with a 3.89 ERA for the Cougars of Azusa Pacific as he misses with ball number 2. Miyashiro coming in to the right-handed hitting Sam Shaken, swung on and missed for strike number 1. Shaken once more, looking out at Miyashiro, who delivers home for strike number 2 on the outer half. Count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. The Orange County Riptide trailing the Academy Barons 10-3, looking to get back into the dugout to spark at least a 7-run rally to end this ball game as Dylan Miyashiro gets Shaken to foul that one into the glove of catcher Griffin Barnes for strike number 3. So, right on cue, we head back into the dugout for the bottom of the 9th inning. Barons lead 10-3. Here it is, folks, the last chance for romance for the Orange County Riptide, down 7 in the bottom of the 9th inning to the Academy Barons, whom we play tomorrow night at their place, the Urban Youth Academy in Compton, California. That game should be at 4:30 as well. I know that field is lit, though, so there should be no trouble with lighting as the sun begins to set here in Southern California. Tommy Bell is going to come to the plate against the new pitcher, Oscar Munoz, for the Barons. He's a 6'1", 195-pound senior from Bethesda University of California, teammate of Kevin Maxey. He's number 1. He's ready to go. 3/4 arm delivery from the right side. Throws a ball in there low to the right-handed hitting Tommy Bell. The count now, 1 ball, no strikes, bottom of the 9th inning. Bell entered the game a couple innings ago, taking over for Austin O'Banion. Now he takes a breaking pitch there over the middle for strike 1, count even at 1. Bell, his first time up, singled. Put a ball down into center field as he drives that one out at shortstop. A backhanded play bounces off the glove of Sam Shaken, who gathers, throws on to first base. But the ball's dropped at first, and so Tommy Bell's going to reach on an error. Munoz now with a runner on first base. He's going to face Dylan Kelly. Kelly thus far single, walk, ground out to first, and a strikeout swinging. Now he faces Munoz, who comes in there, first pitch ball, low and outside, to number 9 for the Tide. Nobody out as Tommy Bell led off, reaching on an error. Munoz comes in there on the inner half for ball 2. Kelly chats with the umpire for a moment, and looks like we're back ready to go. Munoz shakes once, gets the sign that he likes, and comes set. Runner at first base, Bell goes, throw from the catcher. Gets away from second base as there was a little bit of a collision. Tommy Bell slid in hard to second base and shook up Grant Cradoff, who's out there at second base, Cal State LA player. Cradoff now walking that one off as the bigger-bodied Bell got Cradoff pretty well there. Cradoff was caught off guard by the sliding Bell. The throw got away towards Bell's face as he slid in and then turned away and hit Cradoff. Now, 2 balls, 1 strike. That one misses outside. It was a slider to Dylan Kelly. Oscar Munoz now trying to find the strike zone as we move deeper into this Riptide lineup. Now a runner in scoring position as Kelly fouls that one off of the catcher, Albert Perez, for the 2nd strike. The home plate umpire now going out to Munoz to give the catcher Perez just a moment. Gather himself after taking the brunt of that pitch. The count now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes to the designated hitter, Dylan Kelly. Munoz comes in high for ball 4. Kelly's going to take first base now. Runners on first and second. Academy Barons looking to roll up a double play ball. Get 2 outs as we head to the bottom of this Tide lineup. Jake Portero is going to be the hitter. He's 0 for in this ball game, 0 for 3 that is, with a walk. Now he comes up against Munoz, who's working out of the stretch with runners on first and second. Portero promptly grounds to his counterpart, Trent Hammond at third base, who steps on the bag, throws on to first for the double play. So now they get that double play they were hoping for. Tommy Bell was going over to third base. Hammond stepped on the bag and used that momentum to launch himself at first to make a good throw over there to get Portero, who's upset with himself. And now we're going to get Caleb Denny, who put down his first hit of the season, a single into right his last time up. And he's looking to keep things going for the Tide here, down 7. He has a runner out there on second base, and Dylan Kelly, and he's facing Oscar Munoz. Munoz snaps in a slider that misses low and outside for ball 1. 1-0 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Oscar Munoz on the mound comes in with a fastball, firm fastball that snaps the glove of the catcher Perez for strike 1. Denny taps the plate once and looks out at Munoz, who comes in with a fastball that sinks in on the inner half for ball 2. Munoz, remember, working from nearly a sidearm position on the mound, more of three-quarter slot. As he comes set, slightly bent at the knees. Comes in there with a fastball that's swung right over by Caleb Denny. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Riptide trail the Barons 10-3, 7 hits for the Tide. 10 runs, that is, for the Barons on 8 hits. That one by Caleb Denny fouled straight back. We remain at 2-2. Denny, all-district quarterback, all-district punter as well in high school, so a man of many talents, incredibly athletic. This obviously is a very good baseball player playing at Texas as Munoz misses with a fastball in the outer half. We're going to get a full count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th with UT's own Caleb Denny at the plate. Munoz comes in and gets Denny swinging for strike number 3 and out number 3. That's the ball game, folks, as the Academy Barons take this one 10-3. 10 hits. Check that. 10 runs on 8 hits for the Barons. 3 runs on 7 hits for the Tide. A game riddled with errors, riddled with walks, dooms the Riptide. They drop their 3rd game of the season. We'll play tomorrow again against the Barons at their place in Compton, California. It's a nice facility if you'd like to come out. I won't be on the call tomorrow, as it'll be my one day off. I'll be on the mic once again on Sunday as we play the SoCal Catch for a doubleheader. For me, Dylan Tyre, and the rest of the Tide, we appreciate you listening to this ball game. We hope to see you again this weekend. Riptide lose this one 10-3.